Another snowstorm. Really. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a little fed up with winter, and I am ready for it to be done. I just wish there was something we could do about it. How about you, mysterious Tiki idol? Found this guy washed up on the shore one day, don't know where it came from. Hey, if only you could somehow grant me a wish and make it a little warmer and a lot more groovy around these parts.
Who dare disturbs the behind of Mechaleka High, Mecahiny Hole?
Wait, what? You can talk?
It appears that you want to wish. Therefore, it shall be granted. Klaatu, Brata, Nikto!
What is... Oh, that felt really, really weird. But, this is cool, alright. So, Tiki Idol, you can talk, huh?
Why, yes, Mahalini. I am the mysterious Tiki Idol known as the Jazzer. And there is nothing that I cannot do.
Wow. So, could I, maybe get $1 million?
No, do I look like I have money?
Alright. Fair enough. How about $1,000?
No, do I look like I have pockets?
$3?
Absolutely not. Now, I have already granted you the groovy spirit of Aloha, and you will now provide me with a sacrifice, or you shall feel my tiki wrath.
Oh crap, what do you want?
Something no mortal has been able to grant me in thousands of years. Something so terrible even the greatest chiefs and holy men were too cowardly to attempt it.
Ooh, okay, what is it?
Well, you know, an awesome drawing of cool tiki monsters and beach babes.
Oh.
Okay, guys, we don't want to make the mysterious Tiki Idol more angry than he is, so let's get to work. As you can see, I'm working big here. We're working on an 8x10 sheet that's measured out, and I'm just loosely sketching in our drawing here. A lot of South Sea stuff. We got a volcano in the background, a big old Tiki Idol there off to the right-hand side. We're going to put in some other Tiki Idols and palm trees. And, of course, our main character in there is going to be a sexy tiki babe banging on some bongos, and she's cooking up a mean human stew in her cauldron right there. So, kind of a fun playing with just the kitschy themes of tiki culture. You know, that's one of the things I really do love about tiki culture is just its emphasis on having fun, slowing down, relaxing, and not worrying too much about anything. It's that kind of like a South Pacific island lifestyle that I kind of dig. As you can see, I've refined the female figure a couple of times, just trying to get her to look right. And one of the big things we're going to be doing here in this drawing is playing with the light. There's going to be a lot of light sources from various places coming at us. We're going to have that yellow sun there in the background. We're going to have orange coming from the fire underneath the cauldron. We're going to have the cauldron bubbling up a mysterious kind of purple shade that's going to be reflecting on things, and some green, mysterious, spooky torches in the background too. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Now, this was a multi-day drawing, so if you see things shift around or anything like that in the background, please pardon that. I'm going to go in with some green ink mixed up with just a tiny bit of black. I just want to outline some of these green areas here. They're going to be mostly the dark areas. I'm going to do that in first before I ink really the rest of this piece. It gives me a nice way of telling where some things are, because we're going to need to erase a lot of this. Then we're going to go in with the tikis and add in where the dark areas are coming from. Now, like I said, the light's kind of all over the place in this one, so some things are going to be shaded mostly on the left side, some things are mostly on the right side, but yeah, hopefully it'll make a good drawing, and the mysterious Tiki idol will not be angry. And while you're watching that, let's talk about Tiki for a little bit, shall we? Tiki culture, as it is here in America at any rate, really it's a very, very loose appropriation of, pardon me, of Polynesian culture, especially the art, dress, and architecture, that you'll see in the islands in the South Pacific. It really got its big start in 1933 when a tiki-themed bar called Don the Beachcomber opened up in Hollywood, California. Now, a couple of years later, Trader Vic's, another tiki-themed bar, would open in Oakland. Now, these guys served exotic rum cocktails with a lot of fresh juices, exotic juices like pineapple, and exotic food, which oftentimes was just cheap Chinese food, and they slapped some pineapples on top and called it Polynesian. Like I said, very, very, very loose cultural appropriation. Now, after World War II, Tiki really took off. So guys sent to war in the Pacific Theater would go and find themselves in essentially a tropical paradise. I know it was a war, don't get me wrong, that's no good, but for a Midwestern farmer that would have otherwise never left his little town, winding up on an island in the Pacific was probably a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to an extent. And the guys that came back would bring back stories and souvenirs and talk about their time there. I bet a lot of them would never return to a place like that. They wouldn't either not have the money to do so, or work if they're a farmer or something, couldn't take the time off. So that time was very special to them. And I feel like the tiki cottage industry really popped up then to kind of fill a niche. If these guys can't go back to a tropical island and enjoy it this time, not be, at war, at least they can go to the restaurant down the road, which has the exotic food, the rum cocktails, thatched roofs, and tiki idols and stuff like that. Pardon me. They can bring their families there and give them a little taste of, oh yeah, when I was in the war, there was this kind of stuff. Also, South Seas stories would take off, things in like men's adventure magazines featuring lurid covers of, guys being attacked by wild animals in the jungles and stuff like that. And those kind of thrilling stories, too, would pop up. Now, in the 60s, jet travel really opened up tiki culture to a lot of the world. The islands were more accessible to many Americans than ever before, especially Hawaii, our newest state. And mainland tiki culture was booming at the time, too. People would see on television and stuff Hawaiian shirts, tiki mugs, and Polynesian-themed establishments of all kinds, not just restaurants, but like hotels and convenience stores, whatever, would pop up. It kind of made its way into the cultural zeitgeist. Everyone was thinking tiki. Elvis, the king himself, shot 3 movies in Hawaii in the 60s. And in 1968, Hawaii Five-0 appeared on TV. So, book 'em, Dano. I think one of the big reasons it stayed as popular as it did was just that idea that I talked about before of relaxation, slowing down, letting your cares melt away, and enjoying that island lifestyle. But also that sense of the exotic and the spectacle of the whole thing. And who doesn't love a spectacle? Why drink one straight whiskey when you can have 3 rums and like a whole bunch of exotic juices mixed in there? Why sit in a boring, dimly lit, stuffy restaurant when you can go to a place with palm trees, loud shirts, skull torches, and big tiki statues and carvings strewn all about? It's pretty cool stuff, I think. All right, as we're coloring in here, as you can see, most of the colors are getting to be done now. Unfortunately, when I put in that sun there, it smeared around some of the pencil lines, so it's a little hard to see now, but I can see it. I tried to fix it up as best I could with a white paint pen, but I think it turned it out all right. we're going to move into our inking, and as you can see, I'm mixing up a whole bunch of different colors of ink with just a little dab of black. I don't want this to be full black. I almost want this to have a more painterly look to it. So we're putting in our main Tiki, adding in some interesting, lines and textures and things like that to give it a little bit more of a pop. I think this is going to turn out terrific, and if the Mysterious Tiki Idol doesn't turn me into a toad or something, I'll be mighty pleased. Now, for all you horror movie fans out there, don't think I forgot about you, as there's plenty of tiki and even beach-themed horror movies out there to pick from. Now, full disclosure, a lot of these movies I'm going to talk about are real stinkers, so proceed at your own risk. But here's just a couple of them that I can name off the top of my head. We got Weird Woman from 1944. That's got Lon Chaney in it. Then we go to From Hell It Came from 1957. Yeah, this South Seas adventure movie features a killer tree inhabited by the spirit of a murderer that shuffles about, called the Tobunga. Not to be missed. Also not to be missed, Attack of the Crab Monsters from 1957. That's one of Roger Corman's earliest flicks, and a good one to boot. Voodoo Island, also from 57, has Boris Karloff in it, running around up to some weird zombie voodoo shenanigans. She-Demons from 58, where a bunch of guys shipwreck onto an island and find the she-demons. Whoa. We also got Island of the Lost Women from 59. Same thing, except the ladies are a lot prettier than demons. We got the Blood Island series. Okay, these ones go, let me think if I got this. Terror is a Man, Brides of Blood, The Mad Doctor of Blood Island, Beast of Blood, and I think Beast Yellow Knight is the final one. These are super low budget movies shot in the Philippines, I believe. Super low budget, really grindhousey. So if that's your cup of tea, man, seek them out. But they are an acquired taste, I'll tell you that. We also can't forget our big old giant monster movies. Just name a couple. The original Mothra movie from 61 has some good South Seas type action in it. King Kong versus Godzilla, same thing. When they go to the island to get King Kong, that's pretty awesome. A lot of natives chanting and mysterious idols and stuff like that strewn about. Finally, Godzilla versus the Sea Monster. I love this movie. I know a lot of people do not, because it's boring and has a lot of recycled stock footage, and they're going for a James Bond theme. But it's like spies on a South Seas island, and there's Godzilla and a giant crab named Ibera. I mean, geez, you can't go wrong with that, guys. I really don't think. In addition to these movies, you've also got they're kind of related to an extent, but they're like the beach-themed horror movies out there. Things that are kind of related to Tiki, but not explicitly. Stuff like The Creature from the Black Lagoon and its sequel Revenge of the Creature from 54 and 55 respectively. I think they're they got that kind of vibe to them. Same with from the 60s, Horror of Party Beach and Beach Girls and the Monster from 64 and 65. Again, people hate these movies. I love Horror of Party Beach. It's pretty darn cool, I think. But hey, what do I know, guys? Alright, let's finish up by doing just a couple of things, adding with colored pencils and a couple little odds and ends here, and going in with the white paint pen. And let's take a look at the scan and see how it all turned out. So I don't know, guys. I really love this. I really had a blast doing this, working with the vibrant colors and just trying to get a cool Tiki-themed picture together, something spooky and fun at the same time. And yeah, I love it. So hopefully the mysterious Tiki God does too, or I think I'm in deep trouble here. Okay, Mr. Tiki Idol, sir, here's your drawing. I hope you like it.
Aha! I told you you couldn't. Well, wait. That's not too bad, Kanaka. The mysterious Tiki Idol is pleased. Now go and mix me a drink.
Wait, what? Yeah, sure, why not? Alright guys, for this tropical libation, you're going to need 1 ounce of fresh pineapple juice, 1 ounce of fresh orange juice, 1 ounce each of coconut rum, pineapple rum, and a dark spiced rum, an ounce of an orange liqueur, that's Cointreau, triple sec, orange curacao, something like that, some grenadine, almond or orgeat syrup. You're going to need then a glass filled with crushed ice that we'll be drinking out of, a measuring device, some regular old ice cubes, and a strainer. Let's get started.
Okay guys, here's how we're going to assemble this concoction. We're going to put in the uncrushed ice into our shaker, and we're going to add to that an ounce of fresh pineapple juice, an ounce of fresh orange juice, an ounce each of coconut rum, pineapple rum, and our dark spiced rum, an ounce of our orange liqueur, and probably a half an ounce to an ounce of our almond syrup. If you want this on the much sweeter side, add a little bit more. You're going to put that together, you're going to shake it up and pour, and then over the top you're going to pour in again a half ounce to an ounce of grenadine syrup. The more you put, the sweeter it's going to be. And there we have it, guys. I call this a Tiki Beach Slaughter. Now, let's see if our mysterious Tiki idol friend would like a sip.
Go, 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 go.
Ah, mahalo, aloha, tiki tiki miki freaky, meka leka hi, meka heini hole, nue loa, yes, very refreshing.
Well, thanks, Mysterious Tiki Idol. And hey, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Here's looking forward to sunny days, and I hope you can keep the sand out of your shorts. Mahalo.